guys, it's Spacey, and we are here with an update on Cupid Parasite. So, no spoilers or anything about the game. The the only mild thing is Idea Factory International announced after they shipped the game and everything that there were translation issues in some of the routes and they were going to have a patch. There you go. That's it. That's the level of spoiler we're going to get here. So, um with that being said, I had started playing the game, knew that the patch was supposed to be coming. Now, it was supposed to be coming right about now. So, 4 weeks after the game, they were like, 4 weeks, we'll have a patch. It's been 4 weeks, and now it's, it could be a couple more weeks. Nobody knows. It's just so. The information that came out today, I hope I'm going to put up this video today, but I've tried to record this like 6 times, and I just keep rambling about, I just can't get my thoughts straight. But anyway, point is, they had said in November when the game released, Ryuki and Raoul's route had some seriously bad QA in the translations, and they were going to get a patch out to fix those. So, the recommended route order for the game, it's a soft recommendation, but I usually go with these, was Ryuki, Shelby, Gil, Raoul, then Alan. So, I decided, for us as a channel, that we would do Shelby's route first because I did see another recommended order that was like Ryuki or Shelby first, then Gil as the third. So, okay, I was like, well, okay, either one. So Shelby first. Then the patch will come out. That'll give us plenty of time, to do what I always do, record the route, record all of Cupid Parasite, the first route, and then we move on. And right now we're recording Olympia Soiree in conjunction. Do the route there, come back, and Ryuki's route should be ready. And we're ready to record Ryuki's route, and the patch isn't here. So the information that they released today was they're spending extra time on QA. Good for them, because you didn't spend it on the QA up front, which you should have. But okay, sure. All right, shit happens, right? Should have spent the time on the QA to begin with, but so they're spending extra time on that, and then once that's done, I think they have to, whatever, in-house kind of stuff, maybe, I forget. I thought there was like 4 stages, but whatever. Whatever they do in-house, they do have to then send that to Nintendo, who then has to approve it, and then they have to implement the patch. And as they said, each stage could take a couple of weeks. Now, it could also be done and up and ready to go before Christmas, but a couple of weeks you're like, okay, so we might not be seeing this patch till January. So nobody knows. So they're at least telling us, we're fucked for a while. But they're not telling us definitive. You know what I mean? They're not telling us where they are in the process. Like, hey, we're almost done. So we have some choices to make. And I'm going to try to go through them in as much detail as possible to give you the chance to kind of vote on what you want to do, and I'll tell you why it makes a difference. So since we don't know what stage they're in, and I also don't know if they're going to keep us updated on the process. Like, hey, we're done with QA. Hey, we're sending it to Nintendo. Hey, we're going to implement. I don't know if they're going to give us updates like that, or it's going to be like, by the way, patches tomorrow. I don't know. Are we going to get incremental stage updates? Or are we going to get the end all be all? I don't know right now. Who knows? So right now, let's just say we have no freaking clue what's going to happen, and it may or may not be ready by January. We decided when I was recording the game, we would do Shelby's route first. I've obviously recorded all that. Shelby's route is set. It's gone. Everything's good. We're done. I'm done. Anyway, you're not. You're still watching it. But as you will see, Shelby's route's it's good. But at the end, it gets a little weird. There are times where you're like, the translation's a little fucking awkward. It's nowhere near as bad as some of the shit we've played, but it's like, it's a little wonky. From what I've heard from other people, Ryuki's route is a goddamn train wreck. It's bad. It's kind of on par with some of our mixed reviews where we're like, what is this? And I think one of the best descriptions that I read was basically like, you kind of have to stop and think through what they're trying to say and figure it out. We've played games like that. I don't want us to go through that. So that's why we had put off his route and decided to wait for the patch, but now we don't know when the patch is. So, first option is pause and pray for the patch. What that means is I'm not going to do any more recording for this game. You're still going to see Shelby's route. It's still going to go up. But the next route should start posting January 10th. That would be the first day of the next route. If we pause and pray for the patch, what will happen is I'm just not going to do anything for Cupid Parasite. I'm going to put it off on the back burner. I'm going to forget every fucking thing we've done, which, I was going to forget anyway. So, and then depending on what happens, we will basically reevaluate in the beginning of January. So I will just come back to you guys like the dawn of the new year and be like, all right, here's what Idea Factory International said. The patch is coming on X date, or, here's where they are in the process, depending on what we know at that point. And then we'll make another decision. So pausing doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I'm just going to wait until the patch is out and it could be in February and then we'll pick the game back up. It just means I personally, for you, nothing is going to change. You're going to see Cupid Parasite going up every other day. You're going to see Shelby's route. You're going to have a grand old time. Okay. For me, I'm not going to record anything else. I'm going to wait. I'm going to put it on a corner in a dusty shelf. And then in January, I'll figure out what's happening with the patch. So hopefully by January, we'll have a little more transparency. Like maybe we already know it's coming. Maybe it'll have already dropped by then, or we'll know it's not coming till the end of January. All right. So then I would come back to you depending on the information. If, say, there's no information or it's not coming in time for me to be able to prepare to start recording to be able to post on the 10th, because I need a couple of days. So I'd need to start recording that first week in January. So if I don't have news that patch is out and ready to go, like the 2nd or the 3rd, well, you know what I mean? Then I'm going to have to come back to you and say, okay, do we just wait until Ryuki's route's ready? Because depending on what they tell us, if they say, oh, it's going to come on the 10th. Okay, well, we just wait a few days and we just don't have the game for a few days. Or do you want to just go skip Ryuki's route for the time being and start on Gil's route? Okay, so that's all that pausing means. No change for you, only change for me, and then we reevaluate in January. The other option is go for Gil, fuck waiting. January 10th, Gil's route starts, and we're not gonna wait and see what happens. And then that means if the patch drops in 2 weeks, too bad, so sad we're doing Gil first. You know what I mean? Because for you guys, you don't see you just see the games going up every other day. We go from Shelby's route right into the next route, whether it's Ryuki or Gil. For me, obviously, I'm going to start I was preparing to start in the next couple of days recording Ryuki's route. I'm ready to go, but the patch isn't here. So, we got this game already up for the next month. So I'm a month ahead. Awesome. So it's really just, I'm the one that's going to be waiting. You're not even going to notice a difference. But if you guys think, no, I'd really rather see Ryuki because he's the least spoilery. Again, it's a soft recommendation that Otome Kitten said was Ryuki, Shelby, Gil. And I saw another route order that was Ryuki or Shelby first, then Gil third. Okay. So that's why I was like, okay, we'll do Shelby, then Ryuki, then Gil. We'll do that. Because that's basically, that'll work. We'd be kind of going a little out of order, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. But if I start recording, if I wait, and then they do drop the patch, and because everybody wants to see Ryuki next, awesome, then we can do Ryuki next. If everybody's like, nah, just do Gil, and say the patch drops in a week, it's not going to be like, oh, I recorded Gil's route, then I'll record Ryuki, but I'll put Ryuki's first. No. If I start recording Gil's route is absolutely coming out on the 10th. Ryuki's will absolutely be third. Because you know how I like to talk, and we talk about things that are happening in the game, and it's going to be really disjointed if I recorded Gil's route, then recorded Ryuki's, and then just switched the order. I'm going to play it and post it in the same order. So that's why I'm putting this out there. Because if I start recording Gil's route, it's absolutely going to be Gil's route, no question. Doesn't matter if the patch all of a sudden magically drops tomorrow. If I started Gil's route, too bad, so sad, type of a thing. I think you get what I'm saying. And then if I pause and I wait, which is fine, I got no problem doing that. Then it's kind of like, well, then if we get the patch before Christmas or over the holidays, cool. I won't be as far in advance ahead recording, but it'll be perfectly fine because I will, in the interim between now and the end of the year, I'll just finish Olympia Soiree. So it gives me, and like, I'll just, for me behind the scenes, record out of my own order. Doesn't make any sense. If you've been here for a while, you know what I like to do now. I've kind of adapted to playing a game, recording a route, and then when that's done, to keep that fresh in my mind instead of just going to the next love interest, I go to a different game, record a route, and then we go back to game A, and then we go back. So we bounce back and forth between different games' routes. So that's fine. So for me, normally right now, I'd be ready to record Cupid Parasite, but we don't have anything to record, maybe. But I'm going to also put up a poll on the channel community page. So go vote there, vote here. I'm probably going to leave it up. I mean, it's going to be up for a while, but it's going to be up for a couple days. That's probably when I'm going to be looking at it. So today is Friday. I'm going to try to process this and put this video up today for you guys. Because I will probably start either recording Gil's route or doing our other Olympia Soiree route if we decide to pause in the next couple of days. So you've got a couple days to vote. If you're seeing this later than December 3rd, try to have votes in by the 5th or 6th because that's probably when I'm going to start recording. So, and if I think about closing the poll, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. I've never put a poll up on the thing. I'm also going to put up a poll on Twitter for anyone that follows me on Twitter. So you can vote all three places. If you want to just leave a comment below, that's great. If you want to vote on the community channel, awesome. If you want to vote on the poll on Twitter, if you want to vote on all three, awesome. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take them all into account and we're going to see what happens. But again, pausing and praying for the patch only means, for me, I'm going to wait and see where we are at the beginning of January. And if we have news on the patch, if we don't have news on the patch, I will come back, do another video like this and say, here's where we are with the patch. It's either going to drop, 2 days after the route would have started, or we don't know when it's going to start, and then let you decide that we hold off or we just do Gil. I'm assuming at that point, if we paused and in January 1st, we have no news, we're just going to start Gil's route, but we'd give it time, basically. That's all pause and pray is. Just give it time to see if they can get it done and we manage to get it out in the next month. Then we can do Ryuki's route. If they don't get it out in the next month, then we decide to go ahead with Gil's route or just steamroll right ahead into Gil's route now. No waiting, no questions asked type of a thing. So again, doesn't really make much of a difference for you because if they don't come out with a patch in a month, we'd be doing Gil's route either way. It only matters that if they do come out with a patch in a month, it's going to be, if you vote for Gil's route, it's going to be Gil's route, whether there's a patch or not. You know what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. Because good Lord. Anyway, so pause, wait, see where we are in January, or straight up go for Gil. That's it. Those are your options. I hope I explained that well enough. Oh, dear God. Anyway, so vote below in the community tab on Twitter, anything like that. Do it in the next couple of days because that's going to decide. I mean, I guess you don't have to. If it's leaning one way or the other, we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, just vote. And I'm going to go because this video is way too long on this update. So anyway, bye.